So the breaking update is that VDM, through his lawyer, Mr. Deji Adeyanju, has replied to Faust the Bad Guy and Barrister Femi Falana SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. And what he has to say is that he did not defame or intend to defame Faust the Bad Guy or the father. I know all of you are waiting for my reaction or opinion about this. I'll tell you in due course. But first, let's analyze the LCM of what Femi Falana and Faust the Bad Guy wrote to VDM. And then let us also analyze the response. The LCM of the response, I would say, is that VDM, through his lawyer, Deji Adeyanju, is simply saying that he did not intend to defame and did not in any way defame. What Faust the Bad Guy did through his lawyer is the chamber of his father, Femi Falana, was to you're waiting for my take. Okay, so what they did was to try to say VDM made an allegation that was false, and that by so doing, VDM had defamed First the Bad Guy alongside the respected and venerable Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana SAN. But I read the letter, both, the two, and I'll respond to them real quick. The first one for me was unwarranted. The first one being the legal notice by Falana to VDM, asking him to make a retraction and to apologize within 24 hours. For me, it was not warranted. I'll tell you that. I'll first explain why before I move on to analyzing the letter in response by VDM through his lawyer, being Comrade Deji Adeyanju. Okay, why do I feel that letter by Faust the Bad Guy was not warranted? Is that, did you know that VDM played a tape, and when playing that tape, we all listened to that audio, whether it was genuine or a deep fake? It's another story altogether. Genuine or deep fake is one aspect. We were now waiting for authentication, which is true, which is false. The first to respond was Okuneye Idris. That shame, that is Bobrisky, first responded and claimed that it was fake, that such never happened. That was Bobrisky. Okay. First, the Bad Guy then replied hours later. What it simply means is that there are contradictions now. Now, investigation is warranted. For me, the response by First the Bad Guy already negates what Idris Okuneye, aka Bobrisky, claimed in his own or their own. I would say there, because I'm not sure of the gender now. Excuse me. So, what they claimed, that is the Bobrisky claimed in their, that's the pronoun I can use because I'm not sure of the gender. is that that was not true. But first, the bad guy's legal notice actually negated that of Bobrisky. So first, the bad guy is claiming that yes, a conversation actually happened between him and them. Now, Bobrisky's claim in that audio that leaked is to the extent that Fast called them and they, because we are not sure of the gender now, were told that they could actually influence their conviction status. You can be convict or ex-convict. So their conviction status could be influenced such that there could be a pardon or there could be an erasure. Erasure of conviction status could happen. So first, the bad guy then replied by saying, unfortunately, first the bad guy did not reply to them. That is Idris Okonoye aka Bobrisky. First, the bad guy instead replied to the person who was only reacting to the leaked audio. And that is where I have issue. Ordinarily, issues like this, they have been happening long. I don't attend to issues like this. But I'm interested because first, the bad guy didn't respond to the right person. The right person to have been responded to would have been them, because we are not sure of the agenda. Should have been them, which is Bobrisky, to say, hey, you claimed in that audio that I called you and I offered that your status as a convict could be altered, erased, deleted, influenced, amended, adjusted, which were false. You understand? My own expectation, I'm not a lawyer, but my layman expectation is that first the bad guy could have just responded directly to Okuneye Idris, being them, Bobrisky, Shim, instead of replying to VDM, who was only reacting to the leaked audio. That's where I have issue. So response was necessary and we were waiting for it, which is response from first the bad guy. Unfortunately, the response came and went to the wrong quarter. A response should not have been to VDM. A response should have been to Idris Okuneye aka Bobrisky. I have never met VDM in person, and I'm not going to start speaking for him. He is adequate in his own right to respond, and he did already. So I'm not going to be speaking for him, but I'm going to be analyzing. So Bobrisky should have been the person first the bad guy should have responded to, not to VDM. That is where my issue is, number one. Number two, first the bad guy already confirmed that a conversation indeed took place. Just that the claims in the audio may not have been what transpired in the conversation between Mr. Fast the bad guy and them or Shim Bobrisky. So what we then expected was for Fast the bad guy to reach out to Shim or them Bobrisky by saying, come, why did you make such claim? But Shim already came earlier to deny that it is not true. Gentlemen and ladies, you want my reaction? My reaction is simple. That letter from Femi Falana's chamber was ill addressed. Should have been addressed to Idris Okuneye, asking him if he knows anything about that audio. One. Number two, if that audio is true, why did you go out making such claim, which is false? What is Faz the bad guy trying to hide? By not facing Idris Okuneye, aka Bobrisky. Benny, did I say such thing to you? Yes, we had a conversation. Or maybe Faz should have just come out, simple video like VDM did. It may not have even warranted anything legal. Say, well, I'm here to respond to the video that is now in circulation. I want to just say that it is untrue, that I did offer such thing. Yes, it is true that there was a call or conversation between myself and the said person, Mr. Idris Okuneye, aka Bobrisky. And when he called on so dates, which I still have the evidence, you can show it if you like, or if you don't like, you may not, that he said to me on such date during that conversation that he wanted me to assist him with some money, for which I turned him down, that legally speaking, you do not really need such. If you are truly guilty, serve your time. If you feel you were wrongly convicted, you could approach the court and say so and so. Again, that is not wrong. It's legal advice. Yes, you can give somebody a legal advice. Here, for me as a lawyer or somebody who is, who is well knowledgeable about things about law, I feel that yes, if you feel it's a right, If you feel wrongly convicted, you can approach. That's why there's appeal. That's why there is supreme appeal up to the supreme. You understand? So it was not wrong for Faz the bad guy to have either initiated the call if they had been friends earlier, prior that conviction. You understand? Prior that conviction, if they had been friends, there was nothing wrong if Faz the bad guy was concerned and decided to reach out to Bobrisky. Similarly, there's also nothing wrong if Bobrisky was the first person to reach out to Faz the bad guy to say, guy, come, I'm facing this issue, what can you do? There's nothing wrong. It's a conversation. Okay? It's a conversation. But for me, it will be wrong for Faz the bad guy to then begin to attack somebody who feels, oh, if this audio leak is true, then I'm disappointed. It's normal. But my expectation of Faz the bad guy is a good guy. I know him, I like him, I've met him, interviewed him before, but I'm not too pleased with that legal notice to VDM. This is a country we are all looking to salvage. You understand what I'm talking about? It's a country we are all looking to salvage. I'm not too pleased with what Faz the bad guy, through his father's chambers, wrote to VDM. A notice should have instead gone to Bobrisky to ask him why was he misinterpreting or misrepresenting innocent conversation between him or him or them, because them, we are not sure of the gender, them and Faz. Why are you misrepresenting the conversation we had? That was the letter I expected from Faz to Bobrisky, not to VDM. If you are writing to VDM, it is to tell him that yes, it is true we had a conversation, but the claims in that audio is not true. Therefore, I will also join you. If I were Faz, I'll say, VDM, I hereby join you in further investigating that audio that you published, because That man is it man or woman now? In that audio, has misrepresented the conversation we had. That's my expectation. So I'm so in shock. I'm in total shock. The first bad guy will now come out, and the only thing he has to say is to go and be attacking VDM, asking him to retract and apologize. But the audio from VDM, the audio was not from VDM. It was not from VDM. The audio was from, as we learned, from Bobrisky. From Bobrisky. So the legal notice should have gone instead to Bobrisky. Should have gone to Bobrisky. Yeah, but Oga Bobrisky, come here. You misrepresented that information and in that audio leak. Please. There was never a time in our conversation that I offered to help you cleanse your name, or even if I did, it was not for you to go and put it the way you did. So I feel slighted, I feel disparaged, I feel mocked, I feel stigmatized, I feel defamed. There's defamation here by the way you presented it to another person in that conversation. VDM should not be victimized for this. That's my opinion. My preliminary interpretation of what went down. VDM should not be victimized for it. So I'm shocked. I'm so in shock. It's a country where leading minds. For me, I don't like to see people who are trying to be at the vanguard of correct, at the ills in the society, fighting one another. There's another video I really want you to see. This video also came by VDM earlier today. It was about him losing his residence. And some of you, if you have been following me for long, you know that I had similar issue before. I told you that at a point, seriously speaking, at a point, okay, I don't have the video here, I'm sorry. But some of you have seen it. Some of you have seen it, The video where VDM said that his residency, his location is now compromised. As far back as during NSAS, I changed location 5 times. If you have been following me for long, you know this. I changed location 5 times. To fight in this country for the right thing is not cheap. I lost a lot of things. You rent an apartment now, they will know where you are. People were missing, that the other missed. A lot of people were disappearing. The moment I noticed that there were some strange steps and strange things, I'll have to relocate. You rent an apartment today, and in less than a month, you have to move again. All this were costs. I get money before now, like personal money, because I have offline work now. But renting apartments here and there got me broke. Yeah, this thing where VDM they do, I don't do them before. And it wasn't cheap, lodging in hotels every day. Why should I be paying 5K, between 5K and 10K every night, when I can just rent an apartment for a year? So for me, I did a calculation and it was cheaper to rent an apartment. If a month is 2,500 in some places, as of then, 2,500 naira per month, 3,000, 4,000 at most, then per month. 4,000 times 12 months. Just add, as of then, this year so-called agency and commission wasn't this crazy. We would afford it to pay. Better to be lodging 10K per night. In a year, how much is that? So we did the calculation and I felt, let me just go and rent another apartment. But the moment, no sooner had you rented another apartment in another location, another person would identify you. That is how crazy it is. VDM is just starting his own. Very good guy, and I salute him. He's doing the courageous thing. We did it before too. But Nigerians, they don't value people who sacrifice. They don't. You turn broke. They go, they look, you say, we want to see how you go end down. Should be get stronger, we want to see how you go end. Like, say, if Nigeria good now, only me go enjoy. I don't understand. Like, say, if Nigeria good now, she now only for only me. I don't know. I became broke changing apartment. In less than 6 months, I don't change more than 5 apartments. Kilo shele. Because comrades were disappearing. The moment they notice you are at the forefront, you have this, somebody will identify you. They see you as anti-government. And all those boys, so they say they could just buy one roll of action betas, confirm betas, one roll of every betas. They will give them. Those boys will give you house. I had to start changing location every now and then. Every now and then, I started changing location. You go rent apartment today, less than a month, they don't cast you. You have to run. Change location again. So when VDM said his address is compromised, I understand it. In fact, he's so lucky. Let me explain. VDM is lucky because it was a lawsuit instead. Lawsuit. Nobody say they send people come for your place. You guys have no idea. Shit. Now God is save us. To fight for the right thing. Tim Ajek has said it. Tim Ajek, look at the comment by Tim Ajek. He said, Benny, the question always should be, are Nigerians worth sacrificing for? Are Nigerians worth sacrificing for? But my simple response is, if you think it is for others alone, what about yourself and your children? If Nigeria are good, it will be good for everybody. So the sacrifice is not because of one person or other person alone. The sacrifice is for everybody, because as far as the country is good, whoever is there will enjoy the good country now. Is that too much to ask for? Is that too much to ask for? In less than 6 months, change location 5 times. They rent apartment here and there. The moment they notice, say, oh, now that guy be that. They go like this, they go identify you. Bros, I know you. No be you be objective me. Now they abuse our governor, abi. Now they abuse our president, abi. We will be APC. You understand? And they go start to let you know, say anything if it happen to you for a year. She will first disappear. Do you want to disappear without explanation or without proof of where you are? You don't want to now. So you have to move again. That rent will just pay. Where you never reach 2 months, you go abandon her. Go look for another location. Yeah, that was my experience. So when VDM posted it, I understand it. Addresses are compromised. Even this is where they look at the scrolling text now. They feel some trace any sheet. Now why they sometimes Decoy address plenty. You know what they call decoy address? Plenty. You go call the put address of where you know they stay again. It's okay. I used to stay there, fine. But that is the address you should go and look for. You go open account with the old address. Omo. You're going to find another address where you will go stay. You go put address for your. You go put old address for your means of identification, your IDs. Old address for everything. Come go stay for another address. Because you are looking for what is right. But then they track you to hunt you down. Say, why are you asking for what is right? That is in Nigeria we are in. I'm not doing this to support VDM against Falana and Fazbaga. No, far from it. I'm simply saying that the kind of country we are in now, we need all the progressive voices. Truly, I'm not saying all the truly and genuine progressive voices to form. And I'm not too pleased with what Faz the bad guy wrote in legal notice to VDM. I'm not pleased. You know why? I expected that the notice should have gone to Idris Okuneye Bobrisky. Why is Faz protecting Bobrisky but confronting VDM? Do you understand? Why? I'm concerned. I'm disturbed. I'm curious. You should have focused on Mr. Idris Okuneye, be Mrs. or them or they. Excuse me, could you explain these voice notes? You are alleging me wrongly. And if the voice note is true, why not just own up? Just own up now. Own up and say, excuse me, yes, the voice note is true. Right? But the purpose was to just give legal advice as them, she was seeking or asking for legal advice, and I gave. Yeah, well, if you want it this way, I'm not going to give you money because I don't believe in paying for separate apartments when you are found guilty, but I can give you legal advice to say, well, you can challenge the ruling. Yes, people challenge ruling. Why do you have appellate courts? You can appeal. Yes, now. So Faz the bad guy, even if that audio were true, Faz the bad guy was not wrong. My opinion, Faz the bad guy was not wrong. Somebody sought legal advice and I gave. Oh, they convicted me and I feel the lawyer did not do a good job. I feel, okay, fine. That's why there's appeal. Appeal it. If that voice note were true, Faz the bad guy could have simply just say, well, as you are done, you can appeal it. Or you can apply for a pardon. It's under law. It's still under the law now. It's still under the law to apply for pardon. So why is Faz the bad guy denying what he did? If truly he did. Why? In order to go and you will now want to try and show muzzle. You want to now no, it's not necessary. Faz the bad guy, if you are listening to this, it's not necessary. Trying to show muzzle against VDM is not necessary. No. You are not. It's not a show of strength. The guy was only reacting. He was only reacting to a voice note that leaked. Auto now, only reacting to a voice note that leaked. It's not for you to say, oh, that voice note is true or is false, or my brother, this is like this or this is like that, then that legal notice to VDM should have instead the energy should have been to face Idris Okuneye himself and say, Mr. Man or Mrs. Woman or dear they you know them she, please explain this. Was there ever a time? But even if it were true, admit it was true. Simple now. And it was a legal advice. So what you can do there? There was no defamation in my opinion. Some comments here. Folari and VDM are fighting for the same thing. They should find a way to explain this to public rather than exactly my point. Thank you, Sunday Ogunbayo. Prince Vincent on Facebook. It's hard to still believe they will compromise. I don't know what you mean. Who compromised? Falana will compromise. I still don't believe Falana compromised. In all honesty, I still don't believe Falana compromised. I just believe that it was somebody in Falana's chamber may have hurriedly, or into, for me, it was just too much of a hurry, hurriedly put such up for Fals. Fals just looked at it and said, okay, good. Let me show him. Let me face VDM. It was for me needless show of strength. Needless, completely, in my opinion. Needless, honestly. I have Fals the bad guy's old number. I'll still try to message him, and if there's a chance to talk to him, I'll do that. Fals, if you are watching this, or if anybody close to you is watching this, they should tell you it was not necessary. It should have been Bobrisky that you should face. It should have been Bobrisky, not VDM. In my opinion, not VDM. It should have been Bobrisky. Show him, Oga, come. You said this and you should not have said it. VDM was only reacting to that leaked audio, nothing more. Thank you so much, Team Jack. That is a super sticker of $20. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. It's a Shiba dog in samurai armor waving a banner. Team Jack. Team Jack is a constant person here, always supporting. Thank you so much, Team Jack. Yeah, that's my opinion. If you have any contrary opinion, don't say because you like me, please. But so far, that's my opinion. Face Bobrisky, not VDM. VDM was only reacting to the leaked audio, my opinion. Yeah, these are the right questions. Sunday Ogumbayo. Who is Godfather? Because Bobrisky had been making for long, not now, long before now. Bobrisky had always been making hoopla about this so-called Godfather. Who is that Godfather? This is the time to really investigate if you really want to investigate. But of course, we know again, if the Godfather fiction were a reality, it simply means that if they could call Controller General of correctional center to say you must not sleep there, they will call local dates of EFCC. They call the EFCC chairman to and tell him, it's not impossible now. Yaya Bello walked into your office and walked out. We have not heard anything after then to say he's still wanted anyways. I beg, I don't see. Fela said something, say, there was a time I was making a broadcast and I was laughing. And somebody was angry that I was laughing. He said, why are you laughing and talking about this? You are talking about the very serious issue and you are laughing. I said, ask Fela now. Fela said, why are they laugh? Man, no fit cry. You know, you don't vex. You don't reach one stage where you say the people where they vex on their, where they vex alongside you or on their behalf, they not care. But that matter you must still talk am, because you must talk wetin dey affect you. You can't talk say, why I dey laugh? I dey laugh because I no fit cry. I no fit cry, now why I dey laugh now? You understand? I dey laugh because I no fit cry. It is tiring. Somebody wan yab me here. Say, you dey talk anyhow. Why VDM no call fast to ask him if he really did it? If he doesn't have fast contact. But Sheon Kuti confirmed that he called him first. And Sheon said, blast it. And I read a tweet by Fisayo Shoyombo. He said, many of you are reacting as if you are hearing it for the first time. It's not new. This shit happens every time. It's been happening long. We've been hearing this as rumor long before now. That people will be sentenced that they will never serve their time. We've been hearing it long before now. Why can't they make it look like, say, now something will just happen for the first time on top of Bobrisky? No, now. We don't hear this thing. Bobrisky only confirmed. Bobrisky's case only confirmed it. We've been hearing it. Oh, more. I think but a pair, oh, more. Everybody one year now. So I beg, gentlemen and ladies, thank you so much for your time. It's past 10 p.m. I gotta go to bed too. I've been busy all day, road, work, domestics, you know. I get offline work too, I'm sure you know. So I'm gonna see you later tomorrow. But for me, if I was the bad guy, if you're seeing this, please, that was wrong. You should not have been. Please, next time, face the real issue. Leave the person who was just voicing it out. You should know better. Files should know better. Files should know better. Files should know better. You should know better, please. Thank you so much. Let's make correction. I'll still call some senior companies around to see how we can try to resolve this issue. Files should not be, confronting VDM. Instead, files should be confronting the person in the leaked audio. So